beautiful people.
Mark, do you want to see it?
Hello, beautiful people. Here I am in Ometepe. That's a volcano over there. So this is one of the biggest lakes. There's 2 volcanoes in this island. Beautiful people, thanks for always following me. And here comes Henrik chastising Siri because Siri, of course, is not listening to Henrik. Why should she?
Well, Tom Sykes reveals today that he was tipped off about that drone attack and that he got from the Los Angeles Police Department under FOIA a revelation that, in fact, Meghan tipped the police off, tipped the drone, the paparazzi off, where she could be found. She wanted her privacy invaded.
Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're doing okay. I'm going to put this a little bit higher up because there's waves. Can you hear me? I hope you can. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I was really slammed about a while back. It was about when I did a video and I said, hello, Siri, hello, Henrik. I was, trashed, horribly trashed, when I said that it was Meghan Markle who had actually called the PAPs because there is an anti-PAP law that you can't fly drones over anybody's house. That's illegal in LA. And actually the PAPs are very good at keeping away. Just like that PAP walk that Meghan Markle did with the child and they showed his face. Remember that child she was carrying when she was allegedly pregnant with her second pregnancy, and they showed his face? In LA, you can't do that unless the parents get explicit permission for the child's face to be shown. Yes, that's it in the background. So I wanted to read because I heard, as you saw, Mr. Bowers also was talking about it, right? That Mr. Sykes has confirmed that it was Meghan who leaked their locations. So maybe Harry, the idiot, should have a talk with his very skanky wife. So I'm going to read you the radar online, and I'm going to make a comment because I'm actually angry about it. I still haven't learned very much about how to do OBS, so I can't show you the article, but I'll read it. And I will post the link, okay? What Meghan and Harry don't want you to know, secret LAPD, that's Los Angeles Police Department files reveal they planted stories in media in bid to slam Queen Elizabeth. Now, you who know me and have been following me know that you can muck about with anybody, but not the Queen. I adored the Queen, whatever her failings were, and I'm not saying that she was a saint. And when I talk about Princess Diana, I also am not saying that she was a saint, but I am saying that they did more good than harm at the end of the day, and that their intentions and actions were not selfish, unlike Harry and Meghan Markle's. So these stories were planted by Meghan Markle. I am not sure whether Harry knows about it or not, but Meghan Markle for sure, according to Radar Online, is the one who planted the stories about their whereabouts. So Meghan Markle was phoning the PAPs prior to telling them where she was at all times. Do you guys remember that perp walk about Meghan Markle going to the woods in Canada? That was a way for her to make Harry panic and think that they had to leave that place. And the imbecile, he's not even an idiot. Harry is an imbecile. This is a man with below average IQ. I don't even think this guy meets the regular IQ, to tell you the truth. And I'm not being mean here, but it's a fact. Because nobody can be this stupid, or he's that evil. So the stories that Meghan Markle planted, those stories were basically that it was a racist country, that it was terrible, that basically, let's face it, the head of everything of the monarchy at the time was Queen Elizabeth. So at the end of the day, the buck stopped there. Henrik, llévate a la Siria adentro. You make her be inside in AC because she's going to be annoying the people here, please. Well, Siri wants to say hi. Hello. I love you. I love you so very much. Okay, now she goes. So, so she basically called the Queen's monarchy racist, in spite of the fact that she got all the advantages, more even so than Catherine. She said that everything was terrible for her in spite of the fact that she got so much going for her and so many privileges that she got. This ultra D-lister, it makes me sick to my stomach to know that this skank of the worst kind was sitting right next to our queen and was allowed to be around her. Because to me, she was a danger to our late monarch and the monarchy, you know. So let's read what it says Radar Online here. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle whined about photographers flying over their sprawling California mansion in the final drop of their Netflix documentary series. But what the outspoken royal renegades, first off, Meghan is not royal. She's married to one. Failed to disclose was that they leaked their own whereabouts to the tabloid media too. This is Radar Online. RadarOnline.com has exclusively obtained a Freedom of Information request filed with the Los Angeles Police Department, in which a loyal reporter outed a spin doctor for the Sussexes as being a source of information. Now, we know that nothing comes out of Meghan Markle's ass, unless, of course, those unplanned farts, according to Thomas Markle, unless she approves of it. The spokesperson was later credited in the planted published report as a so-called friend. Okay? What a skank. I really can't stand this woman. The royal scribe, Tom Sykes, from the Daily Beast, sought information in 2020 from the Los Angeles Police Department, also known as LAPD, about an incident where drones have flown as low as 20 feet above their property to snatch photographs of the couple and their young son, Archie. Now, as you all know, nobody was ever arrested, nobody was ever tried or anything, because I've always maintained that those were Meghan Markle's own drones. This is why nothing came out of this investigation, just like the fake car chase in New York, okay? A source told Sykes the couple had been coping with unimaginable levels of press intrusion at their temporary new home, the 8-bedroom, 12-bathroom Tuscan-style villa owned by their friend Tyler Perry, who's another skank of the highest order in my and I love Medea. As a result, the Daily Beast reported the pair intended to hire their own security team paid for by themselves. Oh my goodness, that millionaires have to pay for their own security team based on fake, invented threats. I get death threats all the time by the Sussex squad. You don't see me bitching about it. I post some of them because some of you don't believe me, so I post them. I get so many people saying, oh, you're making that up. So I post the fucking things. In the final 3-episode installment of their bombshell Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, there's nothing bombshell when you're lying your ass through it. Harry was recorded on the couple's home cameras declaring, "It's almost 5 in the morning. I'm just waking up because of this." That's your skanky wife doing that, Harry. Markle was also heard saying, "Oh my God." This is when she was apparently running around banging her head against, I don't know, the hall. "They're just circling. What is wrong with these people? There's not enough of them, maybe." She just so one. Ahua. I'm sorry, you know why? I have to stop saying ahua. I say it all the time. But Radar Online can reveal a spokesperson for the royal outcasts were the ones who spewed the story to Sykes. Burn, baby, burn. The couple's team even provided Sykes with the address of Perry's 22-acre property on the top of a hill in the exclusive Beverly Rich Estates guard-gated community in order for him to verify their leak. So they wanted him to understand that it was real info. So they said, you know what? We're here. You can verify this. We're over here. We're here. We're here. Please come. We're all here. but only one drone showed up, probably Meghan's. Well, the cops told Sykes they would not provide any information as it violated privacy laws. The Freedom of Information request was logged per procedure. In doing so, it outed the reporter, who in turn ousted his source as a rep for Harry and Markle in order to stand up the leaky story. Basically, to defend his story, he had to say, listen, this is Meghan's team instructed by Skank Markle to tell us where they were because they wanted the world to know where they were. Later in his May 27, 2020 report headlined, "Fearful Prince Harry and Meghan Markle report multiple drone flybys to LAPD will now pay for own security," Sykes cited an anonymous source and friend. And now we know it was one of Meghan Markle's team, who of course directed by Skank Markle. While flying drones over a home is illegal under California anti-paparazzi laws, it's apparent the pair left a crucial detail out of the show. You think? I wonder what it was they left out. Vamos a ver. Yes, they engaged pitbull publicists to seed stories to favorite media outlets, said royal author and commentator Dylan Howard. Howard, the author of Royals at War, The Untold Story of Harry and Meghan's Shocking Split with the House of Windsor, said Harry and Meghan undercut their credibility by the deliberate omission of their involvement, meaning that they leaked the stories. Nobody was ever chasing them because they're D-list skanks. Nobody gives an F about them. Okay? So it follows. Most people who watch the latest Netflix drop would have sympathy for any couple if paparazzi were flying over their homes, said Howard, except that paparazzi don't do that in LA. They're actually very respectful of laws. But to launch a broadside at Buckingham Palace and accuse staffers of leaking stories to the media, and even intimate senior members of the royal family could have been the puppet master behind such leaks, you would want to ensure your side is a squeaky wheel. So not only was this effing skunk D-list gutter rat feeding the press her whereabouts, but she was saying is others that are doing that, putting my life at risk and that of my sons. B-I-T-C-H. B-I-T-C-H. The Freedom of Information request, a legal document, is proof the Sussexes are not. They too engage in the use of publicists and surrogates. Surrogates, but not for what you're thinking. But there's surrogates, basically they use third parties to leak information, to do their bidding about the Queen's decision not to afford them private security, and proactively courted publicity around that. What this means is basically that they claimed they were in danger because the Queen was such a nasty bitch that she much rather see them placed in danger than actually pay for their security. When nobody was following them, nobody gave a shit about them, nobody does. The reason why I have this channel is because they're still on the royal website. They are still using royal titles, and they're still trashing an institution and representing it, because while they're still reflected on that royal website, they are part of the royal members of the working royals. They're working royals, because that website is not for all the people who are in the line of succession. Though that royal website is for working royals. Okay? To exclude that from their documentary is to deliberately gloss over crucial context for their own benefit. You mean lie? Why won't they call it for its correct name? Lie. That they lied. And not only that, you know, it's like when you punch somebody and then they say, what's the other person who did it? And you stand by it and you watch the other person get in trouble. Well, you know it's you who punched them. That's who Meghan Markle is. And that's actually, I don't know if it's a crime or not, but it should be. Howard added, the Freedom of Information document was additional proof that Harry and Markle tattletaled in a bid to slam Queen Elizabeth, who had been involved in a decision to strip them of a taxpayer-funded security detail. Absolute bullshit. The Queen does not decide who gets security. This is why the Queen was paying for Princess Eugenie and Beatrice's security, because it's Ravik who decides that. They make a security assessment based on all the information that these people have with all the international spy communities worldwide. They decided to strip Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, while Beatrice and Eugenie were 5th and 6th in line to the throne. Prince Andrew fought really hard to keep it, but Ravik said no. So the Queen said, I'm going to pay it out of my own pocket as long as it doesn't exceed this amount. This is when Princess Eugenie and Beatrice stopped traveling so much, because it's easy to spend money when it's not their dime, but when it's the Queen's dime, they were mindful, because the Queen said, no, the buck stops here. Okay, so we keep going. Harry bemoaned in his new Netflix documentary that there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories. At some point, I know what Ron says. I know you guys, by the way, on Saturday, don't forget to watch our live. We have a kick-ass live for you on Saturday. But with Sean Atwood's channel. But I really do think that Harry's IQ does not reach normal level. I really do believe that Harry's IQ is below average level. I think Harry would qualify as mentally disabled. In the initial report, Sykes said 5 drone-related incidents had been reported to the LAPD's non-emergency line. The Daily Beast has been informed that there have been drone-related incidents at their home on May 9th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 25th, which were all reported to the authorities, but nobody saw these effing drones. Nobody saw the drones fly by. Where were these drones? Nobody saw them. It's just Meghan calling out, just like when she said, you guys remember that Netflix thing when she goes, I was banging my head against the wall saying, oh my God, what's going to happen to us? Nothing, Meghan. You're not that important. So, the drones are believed to be operated by paparazzi photographers. Yes, the ones that Meghan Markle called most likely backgrid. You don't see Harry suing backgrid, do you? Nor Meghan Markle. Under oath, understand, Harry talked about how he hated, how his picture walking the dog how he was pictured on the beach walking his dog. That's only happened in California, and the only outlet who did that was backgrid. Idiot. The supposed friend added, they see these drones coming in at them, and they guess that they're being operated by photographers, but they can't just assume that. Meghan received racist death threats at the time of her wedding, so the terror threat is very real. Meghan speaks like that because she wants to sound white. Oh, the threat is very real. Everything is real for me, authentic. That's how she speaks. She should speak the way she should, because she's part black, But hey, I have an accent, so I've been told by the show. I hope you can understand me. But aside from that, imagine if you were in their shoes, facing that, how that would feel. You mean the drones from the paps you called? Probably Meghan was pissing her pants with excitement. To have drones buzzing around 20 feet above your head when you're trying to play with your son. What son? Do you even have one? Then don't call the paps. Don't tell them where they are. Don't tell them to come and send the drones, because you see, Tyler Perry made it hard for the paps to actually show up and take a picture from outside. So Meghan had to get creative and tell them, you have to use drones to actually picture us. Ay, Dios mío, mi lindo. So this is where the thing ends. This whole thing, this whole shenanigans was aimed at trashing Princess Elizabeth as a heartless bitch who didn't care about her grandchildren, great-grandchildren's welfare being put at risk by Meghan Markle, who is the one calling the paps. But the Queen did not buy their bullshit and call them, call their bluff. And for all of you in the United States, please understand that it was not up to the Queen to decide who gets security and who doesn't. It's up to the government. It's up to Ravik to decide. And Ravik makes an educated, careful study of who deserves 24-hour, around-the-clock, public-funded protection. Because Harry wants to continue living off the people while trashing them, and so his skanky wife. Having said that, beautiful people, I hope you like this video, share, like, and subscribe. And I hope you share it with everybody and come back, because it helps the channel. I want to take time to actually thank those who have given super chats and the PayPal donations. I'm only $1,700 short now for the roof. So any donations are more appreciated. And I got some great news. My store is coming with t-shirts and cups and mugs. And I hope you'll support it, because everything goes to the school. So what do you beautiful people think? Do we buy their BS? I mean, why is Meghan Markle even allowed to speak? This woman doesn't speak. This woman lies for a living. Let me know what you think in your comments.